Surveillance images show North Korea has resumed construction in the Dongchang-ri missile launch site. What does this foretell? Dust density throughout many regions of Korea has doubled or even tripled as smog from China rolls in. And movie theaters are coming up with clever and innovative ways to get more people into the seats. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Wednesday, October 30th. I'm Luke Clary. New surveillance shows large-scale construction has resumed in Dongchang-ri, North Korea, the site of last year's long-range rocket launch. This could be a mobile launch pad.
The Dongchang-ri missile launch site is located in Cholsan County of North Korea's North Pyongan province. This is a satellite photo of the site taken on October 9th. Large-scale construction is underway on the white plot shown in the upper left-hand side. Clear progress is evident compared to a photo taken just days ago. The U.S. Korea Institute at Johns Hopkins University analyzed the photo and believes North Korea is building an additional mobile missile launch pad. The still incomplete launch pad is 20 meters long and 45 meters wide. Even at present, the site is large enough to launch a variety of mid to long-range missiles. Photos show two new bridges also being laid under a wide road connecting the launch pad and the assembly building. South to the site, the construction of what appears to be another missile launch pad is well underway. Dongchang-ri was a location where North Korea fired its Eunha-3 long-range rocket last December. At the current pace, if construction concludes around mid-2014, the site is believed to become North Korea's key missile launching venue. Earlier, it was speculated that the North was building a tunnel at its nuclear site in Punggye-ri. The latest revelations raise more speculation regarding the communist regime's intentions.
Fine dust density in many regions of Korea doubled or even tripled overnight as a result of smog rolling in from China. Meteorologists warn Chinese smog is here to stay for a while.
Satellite images taken by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration yesterday show a massive concentration of dark yellow smog in eastern China. Winds heading northwest soon carried the smog to the central regions of Korea. The downtown Seoul area is shrouded in smog. The skies become even darker because of rain clouds, and rain mixed with air pollutants begins to fall. The density of fine dust particles in the air in Seoul nearly tripled to 112 micrograms per cubic meter. In Cheonan, the fine dust particle density recorded 113, and in Daegu, it rose to 102 micrograms. Many other regions saw their figures double or even triple from their normal conditions. The amount of fine dust in the air is expected to go down today, but its consequences could get even worse in the future.
북서풍이 강해지면서 중국발 스모그가 이제부터 국내에 영향을 미치는 시기에 접어들었습니다.
The northwest winds will likely bring smog to Korea from China quite often throughout the spring season next year. The elderly and those with respiratory diseases are advised to avoid being outdoors for a prolonged period of time over the next 4 to 5 months.
The World Korean Business Convention kicked off yesterday in Gwangju, bringing together ethnic Korean entrepreneurs from around the globe and offering help to small and mid-sized firms.
This company produces all kinds of LED products, from lighting equipment for industrial use and to those used for plant cultivation. Ethnic Korean entrepreneurs from all over the world receive consulting at the firm's pavilion, the World Korean Business Convention, which opened in Gwangju. It's the largest such event for ethnic Korean businessmen. Held for the first time in the western region of Korea, the event drew thousands of such businessmen from 45 countries as well as domestic ones. This year, the event was attended by many up-and-coming entrepreneurs who came to learn more about doing business overseas. The convention showcased the best products of some 430 small and mid-sized Korean firms and featured one-on-one consultations with overseas Korean businessmen to help domestic firms export their products to other countries.
국내 중소기업인들이 축적한 좋은 기술과 또 해외에서 우리 한상들이 개발한 시장이 결합돼서 이 시너지 효과를 기대를 하고 있습니다.
The World Korean Business Convention will last until tomorrow.
Next generation fighter jets, the Korean-built Taurus cruise missile, and the world's latest aircraft all are on display at the Seoul International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition opening this week.
A missile fired from a fighter jet cruises at a low altitude close to the speed of sound. If signs of a North Korean nuclear missile launch are detected, this missile can make a preemptive strike within 30 minutes. The German-made Taurus, known as the best air-to-surface cruise missile, has been unveiled for the very first time. The missile is a key strategic component to Korea's domestic missile defense system. 170 of the Taurus will be imported. Candidate models for Korea's next-generation fighter jet are on display. The F-35 is the only stealth jet among the models being shown.
Designed from the ground up to be stealthy, very stealthy. So embedded sensors, hidden engine.
The maker of the Eurofighter stresses the aircraft has already been deployed, which thereby verifies its performance.
The Eurofighter aircraft is the most modern multi-role combat aircraft available today on the market.
Others on display include the domestically produced FA-50 light attack aircraft, the Syrian-Korean utility helicopter, and even a flying automobile. The present and future of the aircraft world comes to life at ADEX. Defense industry officials from 45 countries are attending the exhibition as they will likely explore the prospects before holding an earnest weapons purchase negotiations.
The Korean language is growing in popularity in China, with more than 200 Chinese universities now with Korean language departments, and employment rates for Korean majors near 100%.
Students in the Korean language department at a Beijing university are taking a beginner's Korean course. They repeat after the professor and articulate the words in their textbooks.
정말 많은 관객들이 한국 영화를 보면서 함께 울고 웃었습니다.
The scenarios, based on one-to-one dialogue practice, is especially popular among students.
혼자 공부했거든요. 처음에는 책도 안 보고 그냥 너무 좋아서 열정만으로 한국어 작습했어요.
The Korean major students at 8 universities in Beijing hold a joint academic and cultural festival each year in alternating venues. Despite the tight job market, nearly all Korean major students have landed a job in the past several years. Korean departments are growing increasingly popular.
한국의 10개 대학들하고 이제 자매결을 맺고 해마다 30여 명씩 우리 학생들을 이제 유학을 보냅니다. 4년 사이에 거의 한 사람에 한 번씩은 기회가 자리집니다.
What could be changed, however, is the categorization of the Korean department as the Choson language according to the Chinese educational system, which refers to the North Korean form of speech. Nevertheless, Korean language enthusiasts are helping bring China and Korea closer together.
In 2015, patients battling chronic diseases can opt for remote medical treatment. No need to meet the doctor in person. This has faced strong opposition from the Korea Medical Association.
Children with hearing impairments who have artificial cochlea implants receive a checkup remotely. Under the current law, remote healthcare services are illegal except for a few designated clinics for a pilot program. The ban is in place due to concerns over side effects. But the government is pushing to lift the ban because of technological advancements.
의료기술, 의료기기, 정보통신 기술 등 발전으로 보건의료 환경 변화에 따라서 의사, 환자 간의 원격 진료를 허용하자는 의견이 대두되고 있습니다.
Remote health care will only be allowed to chronic patients who require long-term care, the elderly, those with disabilities, residents of islands and isolated areas, and victims of domestic and sexual violence, as it's difficult for these people to visit hospitals in person. The services will be provided in local clinics to prevent overcrowding in university hospitals. The government will submit the bill to the National Assembly later this year to launch remote healthcare services in 2015 at the earliest. But doctors are strongly opposing the move, saying that remote medical services will ruin the medical system.
In an interesting shift in demographic trends, older women are settling down with younger men more and more often. Now 1 in 6 married couples feature a mature woman and younger man.
TV actress Han Hae-jin and soccer star Ki Sung-yong got hitched earlier this year. Han is 8 years older than her husband. This is another couple that got married 4 years ago. The wife is 3 years older than the husband. She wanted a man that would also be like a friend, and he wanted someone to rely on.
일단 어리니까 친구처럼 편하게 지내는 게 가장 편하고 정말 제일 좋은 것 같아요.
그리고 저는 이제 나이가 좀 더 있어서 그런지 좀 제가 힘들 때 이렇게 좀 기댈 수 있다는.
Older women and younger men couples account for 16% of all first-time marriages. That's a 4 percentage point increase over the past 10 years and translates to 1 out of 6 couples. As the social and economic status of women rises, they no longer look for older men as spouses and are now considering younger men. The age where people first get married also increased by 5 years compared to a decade ago. It's now 32.1 years for men and 29.4 years for women. Wedding seasons have also changed as people get engaged later in life. More weddings took place in October than in the traditional peak wedding month of May, since older couples want to tie the knot before the year comes to an end. An increase in fall weddings is also due to a wide range of discounts offered in October or November by wedding-related businesses to avoid a springtime rush.
Movie theaters are now attracting fans of music and sports with a wider variety of visual content. Have a look at clever ways theaters are getting people into the seats.
This is a preview for a movie starring G-Dragon from the boy band Big Bang. All the applause, cheers, and signs makes the theater look like a concert venue. This movie about G-Dragon's first ever world tour was shot with 24 3D cameras to bring the dynamic atmosphere of the concert right into the theater. The audience got a look at behind-the-scene moments backstage and during rehearsals, which they would not be able to see if they were at the actual concerts.
영화관에서 봐도 굉장히 생동감 있고 뭔가 입체적이고 뭔가 현장감을 느낄 수 있는 게 포인트라고 생각이 돼요.
Now with the chance to show something other than movies, the theaters are also eager to screen this type of new content. Pop stars already have huge followings, so advance ticket sales to their concert films usually result in a full house. Theaters in Korea have been equipped with digital systems since 2005. As a result, they're now able to screen more diverse contents such as classical concerts or live satellite feeds from overseas sporting events.
스포츠 경기나 e스포츠 경기의 경우 관심사가 같은 사람들끼리 응원도 하고 함께 즐기면서 볼 수 있다는 장점이 있습니다.
Movie theaters are now open to a wide variety of video contents, providing people with new reasons to come to the theaters.
If you've been watching this station in recent weeks, surely you would have seen the 3rd annual Kpop World Festival earlier this month. Well, here's a behind-the-scenes look at the popular program.
This is a rehearsal for Kpop World Festival participants. Young people representing different parts of the world are hard at work practicing their routines. They have been through these steps countless times, but still get the jitters ahead of the final rounds.
And I want to leave a strong, good impression, 좋은 인상, right? So I want to show my best performance, my best sides.
The finalists are invited to a very special event where they get to meet one of the idol groups leading the wave of Korean pop culture.
K-팝에 관심이 많고 열성적인 분들이 본선에 진출했다고 얘기를 들어서 여러분들을 만나 뵙게 돼서 굉장히 영광입니다.
Cheers fill the room as the Hallyu stars sing and dance right before their eyes.
저희가 가보지 못한 나라에서도 이렇게 저희 노래를 알고 계신다니까 너무 감사드리고요. 좋은 결과 있길 바라겠습니다. 저희도 응원하겠습니다. 기대합니다.
It's so unreal, like we don't believe it. We just saw them on the internet or on TV, and now we in the real life. It's it's speechless.
Even on the night of the finals, the contestants practice late into the night.
But this is the first time New Zealand made it to the finals. and we're so happy to be representing.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's win this.
Korean pop music has a special place in the heart of Arnel Nonon of the U.S.
When I first discovered K-pop, I was kind of at a hard time in my life during high school. When I started listening to K-pop again, it brought joy to my life and it brought happiness. So K-pop really means a lot to me in that way.
The finals have arrived at last. The seats are packed with spectators. Participants preparing backstage are nervous but excited.
Romania fighting!
Indonesia fighting! The event kicked off with a string of performances by K-pop stars at the forefront of the Korean wave.
올해도 전 세계 43개국 58개 도시 6만 명의 참가자들이 예선에 참여했다고 하는데요. 만나보시죠.
The night vibe heated up as all the participants joined in a group performance. Then it was time for the real thing. Victoria of Argentina came out with Ailey's You and I. Following the performance by Kenya's MTI, the youngest participants were Arnel Nonon from the U.S. with her powerful rendition of Lee Hi's hit song, and teams from Indonesia and the Czech Republic. As they wrapped up their performances, some contestants broke out into tears over a job well done. These young people have followed their love of Korean music across thousands of miles. Regardless of the results, they're sure to cherish the memories of the K-Pop World Festival for years to come.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.